Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy John, aka Speros here. In today's YouTube video, I was SpOG casting, or not I. We had somebody fill in for me. We had George Botson make his official, debut SpOG casting a World Series of Warzone match. We ended up spectating out Fluxury and his squad. It was Fluxury, Gagod, and Shiv FPS. So I hope that you guys enjoy. The SpOG casts are coming back. This one was a little bit lower intensity because we had been SpOG casting for a few hours. But I am going to start doing some, full, intense, pedal to the metal SpOG of not only Warzone, but other games as well. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are brand new around here. We're flying up on 300,000. So if you guys do enjoy, share with a friend, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I freaking love you guys. Drop a like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the gameplay. Here's the part. This is party music. I'm finna start partying. Catch me at the club. With my glasses on in the middle of the dance floor.
No one here whatsoever. We're good.
Seems like everybody has their spot that they're landing at, and they're not deviating from the plan. Which, I'll be honest, it's a pretty good idea. Considering most people, if you have a clean landing spot, everybody just kind of wants to get their load out. Paul with the free self-res off the start, absolutely huge for the team, and 3,800 bandos in the bank account here. I don't know what the Bank of Scotland is, but he's got that one.
Use that once we get a loading.
He's almost got 5 Gs, self-res, plates, Mac 10, Krig. I mean, he's honestly set up. He's found a fantastic Mac 10 as well. Somebody did the red door strategy and went ahead and got the freaking advanced UAV. Decided to pop it early. Kind of makes sense. Kind of dangerous.
Okay.
Who's up there? Who'd that be? Porky is up top right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill. Paul 5400 with his name. Teammate Gagod is gonna go ahead and use his gulag early. It seems to be the storyline that we've been following these past couple games. Is they land, one of them veers off a little bit, gulag gets used early instead of sticking together and pulling a clean sweep. Say please. I don't know if that would ever even happen if Say please was leading the team. He'd make everybody run around and protect the president's status.
Your teammate got a proper sorting.
Oh,
and
what is this? Shit.
WPP. What the panini? You thought I was going to say something else. I'm not going to. What do you think? What do you think I am? Some sort of delinquent? No. Paul, you don't need those kills. But you could get those kills, Paul. You could get those kills. Go for it. All right, Paul's starting to play a lot more loose, a lot more free, like it's a pub. Which, I'll be honest, I think is a good thing. I think that's kind of his best bet. Picks up an elimination there. Is going to go ahead and pull back. He's pulling back on the reins. He has 2 people at dealership. Very dangerous push here. One's on the roof of dealer. I don't know if there's where the other one is, if he's down low or up top. Those 3 are rotating closer and closer to Paul. They're peeking very slowly, moving as a unit. It's a little bit dangerous. $9,000 to the name here. Going to be able to buy back Gagod, almost be able to afford the loadout. The problem with this buyback is the fact that dealership is now going to be heavily watching the buy. It would have almost been worth it to loot the buses first, get the money, be able to get the buyback and the loadout instantaneously at the same time, because now he's alerted people, hey, I am at the buy, at the buy station, and it's going to be kind of dangerous here for him.
Yep.
Shiv drops his money. Paul with $10,700 in the Bank of Scotland. Sees enemies up top. Is going to go ahead and try to rotate around. However, the other team that was backside airport, I believe they're going to continue to rotate around and pop up behind this team. They're going to be at low hangers and be able to pick at least one of them off. And my guess is it's going to be Paul here as he goes to the roof and puts himself out in the open, trying to see the people at dealership. Dealership has loadout. Paul's about to either get sniped in the back or shot in the back from down low. Very dangerous situation here. I would try really hard to work for the buy station right now. I would not want to leave myself exposed, knowing that people are probably coming up from the rear. Teammate makes a call out about the wrap from behind. You absolutely can get it. You got to go now. Go now. Go now. Paul, please, run. This is where Say Less needs to be in the game. Instead, he needs to say, go buy loadout. We'll watch. We'll cover. This is where Say Less comes in handy.
On my position.
See? EU and NA. Does that work for you? He's asking if it's a good idea. Do they want to see that? Do they not want to see that? Not what he should just be like, we're going fire. I need you both to come with me. One needs to go front side ground war. One come with me into fire. One get top side ground war. there just needs to be more clear and direct leadership from the Eagles. Which, on this team, as of right now, from what I've seen, it is Paul. Paul just doesn't use his outside voice.
Yeah, I'm good on 5 plates.
Same,
Mate,
same.
hop off it. He's mate, hop off it. The circle.
On
the
us,
circle.
on us. To my left as well.
Go on, mate.
He's hopped out.
I would try to steal the berth and get out of there. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't try to 1v3 this. This is one of those situations where you don't have to. Paul.
Good one.
See, because like you can get one down, but the chances that he's gonna get the 2 others very slim to none. Only because everybody is very, very good. If this was a pub match, it'd be a completely different ball game. All right, well that's huge. Now it's a 2v1 situation, and 1 is down. Paul does have the self-res to make use of. I believe the guy got the res off, but I did not hear it. Paul, this is a very bad push.
Yeah.
All right, 19 meters.
They're both up.
Yeah, both. I think one might be in the air. Is that possible? You got your elimination. Go ahead and take the berth and get out of dodge. You don't need to take a 2v2 situation. Gaga does not have the gulag. If Paul goes down, he's going to possibly have to win the gulag because we don't know if Shiv's going to come out victorious or not. He is playing with absolute fire. Never mind. Shiv's coming out. Now this is a 3v2 situation. Definitely a better, definitely a better situation than it was before. A lot less stressful and a lot more forgiving. Paul marking guns for Shiv. He's going to have a teammate here, an ally that he can go ahead and do the double push with. However, they're going to have to coordinate this very well because one's going to have to look close and the other's going to have to look deep. And the problem is they're really going to have to trust each other here in this situation. Paul really just
zone's coming in. We can get zone on.
Paul's playing with the Etch-a-Sketch.
Maybe PD.
Keeps taking out the Etch-a-Sketch, trying to paint a picture.
I don't think you had PD.
Yeah.
Gaga in an absolute pinch. Somebody has to get the Bertha and go ahead and try to get to the teammate. Although I do believe that one is first floor watching the Bertha, so it is kind of dangerous.
Gone over this side.
What does NA mean? North America.
Still 30 meters, like second floor inside.
Right under me.
Is Paul going to make use of the trophy here? One appears to be first floor, one appears to be second. Paul has the hop down in the window. Uncoordinated push here from the team. Paul's inside. Going to go ahead and nade out. I believe they're both going to be first floor here with Gaga. Oh, Paul gets caught!
No idea
Both second floor, absolutely no comms from either of the teammates. Unfortunate situation. Lack of communication will be the ultimate demise of this team. I really do believe it. Somebody went down from those players. They should have either live pinged or called them out first, second, something. Anything would have been better than what we've just witnessed. And this is not me throwing shade at the other players or at the team in general. I'm just saying, as an outsider looking in, there should have been more comms there, just all around. From Paul, from the teammates, from everybody. And that's something that I struggle with as well. When I get in a gunfight, I tend to, kind of almost shut up. Like, I just don't speak a lot. So it's definitely something that a lot of people need to work on.
Got Mac 10. I've only got a Mac 10 Ghost.
Again, no communication between what's going on. They should really say, we're going to hold this. Paul, you're going to hold that outer push. But no comms from anybody. They're kind of just reading off of where each other are on the minimap, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's obviously not as effective and not as clear as what words would do for them.
I'm just baiting them.
Paul picking up a double elimination here. You freaking nasty, sexy beast, you. My God. Have my children. Excuse me. Who said that? Fire him. Gaga pushing up.
Nice car.
He killed himself. He killed himself.
Gets the person. That got the bomb. Not sure if any other enemies are nearby.
Go by plates, I guess.
Yep.
Plates are huge in this.
Yep.
They all see it on the minimap, but no comms on how they're going to push this. They're all just kind of running the same way.
Play SOS side here.
Paul's trying to tell him to play SOS side. Shiv not listening. Shiv
He's trying to get the fuck out of here.
Shiv pushing left, and the team is now being split. Team is now being split. All right, now they're coming back together. Shiv's going to go ahead and make his way across SOS side with Paul. It seems like this player is going to go tower. If I had to take a wild guess, this player is going tower.
Probably going to go up top tower.
like literally went bottom 4 of that. He's going
Keep
upstairs.
running.
He's going upstairs.
I'll go upstairs, okay.
One up the stairs, yeah. One's already up top. One shot top.
Shots of an absolute lord. All going
I don't see
crazy.
stairs.
We should have bet.
Okay.
All stopping mid-tournament to say thank you for the biddies. Whoever's giving him bits, save it till in between games. What are you doing? Distractions are not necessary at the moment. Just craziness. Paul, $3,000 to his name. God, $1,600. If I was Paul, I would give whoever has the gulag or doesn't have the gulag. I'd give them the money
Yeah.
because whoever has gulag should be playing more aggressive. But at least one of them should be holding 4,000, so that way there's a chance somebody can be bought back. Because at this point, the money being split the way it is not doing anybody any good at all.
If you get top 15, it'd be sick, but
Paul with 3 eliminations. We're not sure how many Sheev and
next
Gaga
rotation's going to be
have.
brutal.
Yeah, they should really start pushing to train early. The train push is going to be very, very difficult. I'd assume that there's a team top train that's going to be trying to gatekeep / stormlock / hold them out.
Who's used?
They're very, very focused on killing the bounty. All right, Paul now with more than $4,000 to his name. As Paul, I would probably hold onto the money. Paul's going to go ahead and split. Should really split him. Yep, 500 more so that way he can get it. Somebody can get enough for a rest. Gaga's holding on to a relevant amount of money there. There he goes. He goes in and drops 500. Shiv's got to pick it up and realize that he's going to have 4,000. Paul has used his gulag, so I would go ahead and definitely get a self-res in this situation. Absolutely. White long, second floor. Paul's going to go ahead and put shots down. A lot of windows to look at. You're looking at maybe 7 to 9 windows that you're looking at here. Different angles and different pop-out spots just on that building alone that he's got to keep his eyes on. Juiciest freaking Maximus coming in with the 5 gifted. Thank you, sir. Paul laying down shots. Armor off. Is going to go ahead and throw a Semtex. 3 eliminations to his name. Is going to use this time to rotate in instead of pushing for the kills. Heartbeats. Picks up 2 on the beat. 1 is up top. 1 is in white build. Paul, what are you going to do? Are you going to go for the up top elimination to allow your teammates to rotate in for free? Paul's for the boys. He's going to go ahead and send it here. You better hope white build doesn't turn around and look at him. Enemies from low ground are not. Shiv, lack of experience with the map of Verdansk, not knowing how to get up. Gagad in a very precarious situation. Paul and his team have already rotated. Gagad is in arguably one of the worst spots. At this point, he's just got to attempt to get an elimination here and then try to cross. He's going to die. He's essentially just on a suicide mission here. Shiv is pushing out, putting himself in danger as well, while Paul sits back, watches over, and goes ahead and is glassing over Verdansk, looking for the enemies, looking for easy kills, and trying to make sure that the boys can get the rotations here. All right, everybody is officially teamed back up. We need 20 more teams to die in order for, or 21 more teams to die in order for them to get the 1.5 times multiplier, which is going to be absolutely huge in this situation. Yeah, there just seems to be a lack of communication, and they're just not on the same page as to what they're doing, which is interesting to see how it'll play out. It seems like Paul's playing at like 1.25 speed. Gagad's kind of playing on 1 speed, and Shiv is just kind of trying to play next to one of them. So he's bouncing around in speeds, and there's no problem with that, right? There's no problem with that. However, I do say that it's probably better, especially in this situation, 1v3s aren't really a thing. You know, you're not really going to 1v3 anybody in a lobby with it where everybody's got a 4 KD and can shoot really straight and get each other's trades, etc., etc. So it almost makes sense to have everybody together. They need to everybody needs to turn it up to 1.25, or Paul needs to turn it down a little bit to 1. Paul with the good comms there, letting them know that there are people on the head glitches. Paul using a freaky deaky spot. I'm not going to lie. Using this to get lower. Going to go ahead and hit the buy station. Somebody did buy back here relatively recently. Paul, you better get a self-res. You've already used your gulag.
I'm going to buy
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Save, I guess.
All right, now they're low ground. There is a team top train. They need... See, he's saying play you. Don't do that. Paul, lead them to victory. Tell them what you're doing, what they're doing.
There's a car behind us. They just gotten.
Yeah, I see that.
You can get
Top
to
side.
electric.
I would not move now. Shiv's in a horrible spot.
I wouldn't even shoot that unless you got.
Shiv's in a bad spot because
Yeah, he's just
in terms of
falling
line of sight, people topside train are going to be looking towards that red car. Shiv's going to be,
people above us on
he's
train or-
directly in the
like
line of
right
sight.
here, Shiv.
down. Oh, got you.
Moving
Okay,
here.
okay.
You can get.
Now Paul's put
Yeah,
himself in
that's
a
good.
not
Yeah.
so phenomenal spot
I
either.
think we can. Okay.
I would rotate next to bottom side of the building. You're better off going with, instead of doing a diagonal, taking the shorter of the routes, you're better off taking a longer route. Next to the building and cutting a hard 90-degree angle and then rotating over to dealership.
They're not peeking at
It
all,
is working out in this
Sniper
situation,
here.
but in terms
This is
of
good.
the safest possible rotation, it'd be the longer route, the
I'm with
90-degree.
Flux, so
You're
go.
straight up against,
Yeah, you're good.
straight up against the building,
long as you're
and
in.
then turn left.
Yeah, going.
Absolutely unfortunate zone here for Team
Take it
Flux
out,
Street.
little boy.
3 eliminations to Flux. Again, not sure how much Shiv or Gagad have.
I'm about to rat on this team so hard.
Gagad is going for the solo trio. This is the very bad play, in my honest opinion. He says he's going to rat on this team, which, I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to work out in his favor. I do believe that he's going to pick up 1, possibly 2 eliminations. But end all be all, he's going to get caught in the gas.
You just gotta keep
He's
going
going to
through
get
that
killed.
button, yep,
They
next.
have
Is
to
this
start
on
rotating.
beat or not?
They have to rotate. They have to rotate now.
I
Otherwise,
think
they're
I
going to
saw
get
one
caught
just,
rotating.
drop down on
This
the
team
left.
is not worth it.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
can
one
get
more.
they can pick up these
One drop,
eliminations
one.
once they get in zone. But if they're playing for the 1.5 times multiplier, which they should be, they need to start their rotation now because they're going to face hardship on the rotation. It's not just going to be you're just dancing into zone. It's going to be you're in freaking effing gunfights trying to get to zone.
Hold these and then push up, yeah.
See, Paul's unsure of what's happening. Paul's on that 1.25 times. He's trying to rotate. Shiv and Gagad want to hang back play on the 1 times
They could
for the first gear.
beam this.
Yeah, I see one in this building. He just went.
And the enemy team now, instead of being behind them, is going ahead and getting ahead of them. Paul picking up the
There's
elimination.
3-man team in the building I pinged.
Okay.
That was
They're
same
worried
guy.
about
Okay,
elimin-
beam here.
They're worried about elimination slightly too much here.
I'm moving.
Shiv and Paul on the early rotation. Gagad's going to go ahead and try to pick up these eliminations.
I'm playing green just now.
This is just interesting how this is playing out. It does seem like they're on very different pages here.
Go Flux. I got sniped
Runner
from
and
far-
Butler, thank you guys for the follows.
Far southeast.
Paul's going to use the top side of his building in order to jump because you need to jump to get over that wall.
Yeah, can stay top left window.
Yeah, team here. Like we're moving.
Nice use of the cover here. Nice use of the cover. Bobbing and weaving his way up to the compound. It's going to be a very tough push here.
There should be people here, maybe in front of us or something.
Yeah.
I'm not-
This building, yeah, there's a building.
To the right, yeah.
I'm gonna bust and stuff.
I'll get the bus, letting his teammates knowing where he needs to go. Shiv, I would not challenge that because even if you like when in these sort of situations, it's good to return fire. But if you chow that and you get hit, you need to automatically hop off. Again, Paul playing in that 1.1, moving at almost double the speed of his teammates.
I'm dead, mate.
The teammates lagging behind, playing slower, playing it almost like it's a pub. And it ends up costing them in the long run. Paul made the rotation at the right time. Paul's on the right pace. They need to speed up just a little bit as a unit. Paul needs to be a little bit more vocal with it.
Even if you just lay down somewhere.
There should be people coming behind him, right?
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
he might even be able to just get 15.
Paul's working for placement here. Paul's working for placement here. Regardless, even if Gagad and Shiv made it into this, I mean, this is a tough rotation. There's not much cover. You're essentially running across an open zone and just hoping for the best. Paul does not have a gas mask to use. It's a very, very precarious situation. I think I used that word right. I'm not 100% sure. 13.5. So they're on a 13.5 possibility here. Paul picking up an elimination. 17 teams remaining. Paul, you just have to lay in the gas and hope for the best here, bud. Paul, don't move. Stay still.
15th, let's go.
They got 15. They got the 1.5. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, what you are watching here is an absolute Cinderella story here for Team Paulie D, DJ of the Paul of the D. Very well played for Paul. They're looking at 50. They're looking at 15 points right there. The consistency, I believe, is there. We didn't check in last game to see how it went. Let's go ahead and see if we can find if Say Less is still in here.
15 points again.
Rotations are.
Say Please. Say Please is still alive. Rocking the end zone with a ground loot RPD with 7 eliminations. Absolutely putting the team on his back. Never mind. He's spectating. I'm an idiot. That's VAP. Ignore the fact that I'm stupid. Is anybody alive? Everybody's spectating. Craziness. Craziness. All right, we'll watch through Paul's eyeballs. Mike Revolt picking up the elimination on VAP there. VAP taking down a player right there. Again, all these players are top 15, so they're getting the 1.5 times multiplier here.
All around, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see they're only in 2.
This is a very horrible zone, and there's still 6 teams remaining. There's got to be people outside of the zone. This is going to heat up very, very quickly here. Honestly, at this point, they have 2 extra pieces of cover right next to them that they're going to have to try to use, assuming somebody's not sitting in them, not moving, because that's very possible. I believe Revolt just seen one on his right rotate down to the tree, but it could just be spectator glitch on my part. All right, so they made the move to the next set of cover. Definitely have a team up the hill. They've seen it. They put down a sentry gun, I believe. This is absolutely kind of crazy. 2 freaking loadouts directly in front of him. I believe the guy top hill is going to be inside of the zone here. Definitely somebody sitting on the guardrail next to out of zone. We can almost guarantee that. Somebody top of hill. We have 3 teams accounted for, 2 unaccounted for. Freaking 7 players remaining outside of Team Revolt here. A lot of solos, a lot of duos in this situation. I don't believe that there's going to be a team of 3, but you never know. 2 eliminations here for Kenny. I'm not sure how many Revolt got, but again, they're getting that 1.5 times multiplier. All of these teams are battling it out in the current situation to try to get that 2 times multiplier.
That was good. That was good. Solid.
This is absolutely incredible.
Dude, we'll take it. We'll take another 50, man. Winning these games. All the consistency in these customs.
100%.
We're 9th after game 1. We're 7th after game 2. Hopefully, if unless other teams
gonna bump you up
had
there,
a
Paul.
mad game, we should be inching up again.
Yeah. It's a marathon, not a race. I believe that there's 8 games in the World Series of Warzone. So they have a very good spot here. Mike Revolt, honestly, that was a very bad play, very bad push. Standing out in the open, kind of looking for somebody to gun. He should have definitely rotated directly to cover and held it there. Again, the guardrail team, we knew they were going to be there. It's a very hot spot for these kinds of zones. You can almost guarantee there's always a team there. They typically win because they have head glitches and they're spread out pretty wide here. 2 teams remaining. It's a 2v1 situation, and the guardrail team brings it in for the win here. They're getting that 2 times multiplier. We're not exactly sure how many points they got, but that was absolutely incredible. I've just been told that there's only 6 games, so we are officially halfway through the World Series of Warzone here at the SpOG studio. Get me back to the studio.
We'll take it.
We need to pull up the scoreboard. A freaking sap, bro.